All right, we should be on. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
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 Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Rakakadash.
Bashem,
Shah.
Kakakudash.
Double honors unto the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutation and much love unto you, sincere Akim out there pushing out his word and truth, sincerity. And we got a special guest appearance this week. I got the elder Tazwam out here with us through the
Hey,
spirit.
Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Barakathum.
And we're just gonna go through the spirit on this topic here, the power of healing. Me and this elder was talking yesterday, and we were just going into how the healing, the power of healing, is really going to magnify the Lord. All right, how about outside when brothers get their spiritual abilities to heal different infirmities. Okay, and the example I had used, which I had told you brothers before, was what would magnify the Lord more? You butchering a bunch of people because He gave you the spiritual ability to punch holes in people, or the the healing. You say you butcher a whole city, or you heal one person. The glorify that one person to the world is going to give more glorification unto Yahweh Shema Shai. So through the Spirit, we just want to go into that the power of the healing, man, and really the symbolism and the significance of it, because through the Spirit, this word is has healed us, and now that baton has been passed on to us. Now we're healing, the
Kind
word
of,
of Yahweh Shema Shai.
I got a quick precept on what you were just saying. That example. This is Luke chapter 9 and verse. I'm gonna start at
Read verse 1 first. Read 1 and 2, and then go to that precept you wanted to get.
Okay. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 1. It says, Then he called his 12 disciples together and gave them power and authority over all devils and to cure diseases. And he sent them to preach the kingdom of the Most High and to heal the sick.
Yeah, there you go. So that's one of the first things Yahweh Shai Hamashiach gave unto his disciples. All right, that later became apostles. He gave them the ability to heal. He gave them power over demons. Because really, a lot of times when you have these different infirmities, that's really what it is a demon on you, right? Like that man that had the seizures, that it would tear him up. And then
Yep,
you remember how should I just cast it? He rebuked him, and it instantly came out of him. That's what. But that was an infirmity, a sickness, and really it was a demon.
that's right.
So, like, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's why it's called a disease. Because it's a dis-ease. Is you not being at ease, and what usually brings you a state of being discomforted is an evil spirit, a demon. That's why you notice whenever Yahweh Bashima Shai would cast out certain demons, what would happen? You would see the person just start going crazy, man. Foaming at the mouth, going into convulsions. And why is that? Because they were in a state of dis-ease. But notice, as soon as Yahweh Bashima Shai heals that vessel and pulls that spirit off of them, their mind is at ease because that evil spirit is actually cast out of that vessel. So that's why when we fast or when we go through a process of purging, it's never just a sweet experience or a sweet process. When you fast, you start to notice that your mouth get dry, your breath it starts to be tart. You start to get pimples, your underarms and stuff, because all of those toxins from that evil spirit is leaving the body. So that's the power of healing. The power of healing is it puts you in a state of ease from that dis-ease, which that demon brings, that dis-ease.
Okay. Yep. And real quick, if I can get this precept to go with that example that the brother said about which would be better, having the power to punch holes through people or having the power to heal. Even Yahweh Shai said that healing was better. And this is, along those lines, this is Luke chapter 9. And this is going into the part in this when the Yahweh Shai was going back to Jerusalem, and the village of the Samaritans rejected Yahweh Shai. This is verse 54. It says, And when his disciples James and John saw this, they said, Lord, wilt thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them, even as Elias did? Verse 55, but he turned and rebuked them and said, ye know not what manner spirit ye are of, for the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. You know, so that Yahushua was making an emphasis that he wasn't coming to just be putting holes in people and bashing heads, flying to the next city to go bash some more heads and
Right.
that and this and that, man. He was coming to save, man. And healing is making people whole. When you go into that word, it means to make people whole, man. All
Yeah.
right.
Hey, if I could add to what the brother Mayum is saying, you think about the greatest miracle ever performed, on the whole towards our people, it was the parting of the Red Sea. Now you had all of those plagues. You had the first death, the death angel, which was Yahushua that came through Egypt. You had the boils, that came up amongst the Egyptians. You had the locusts. You had the river of blood. But the one thing that separated the power of the Lord was when he saved the children of Israel by parting the Red Sea.
Okay.
And that was a momentous moment for our people, and it's still being talked about to this day. How the Lord saved us, and that was healing. You know, that was a form of healing, being freed from your oppressor or your enemy. That's you being healed spiritually. And that's just another thing, to add to what the brothers are saying. Our mindset should be more geared towards healing our people, because the word is known as what? The comforter. you know and you give somebody comfort from a state of dis-ease, that's a level of healing. you
Mm.
know do you know what how somebody would feel if you brought them a state of comfort to their life, you took them from a state of dis-ease to a state of comfort? They're gonna always remember you. They're gonna always, have reverence towards you, because you healed them in a particular aspect of their life. And that has to be our mindset as well, because that was the spirit that Yahweh Shai came in. you
Yep.
know and I got a quick precept, if I may, if you brothers was finished.
Real quick, if I may add,
Mm-hmm.
like the elders going into, you know, the like he's saying, if you heal somebody, bring comfort unto them. That's gonna bring joy unto them, and that's why so many people were coming unto our Lord, man. Yahweh Shai, because they were hearing of the healing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't hear of him bashing people over the heads, or drop kicking people. They were hearing of him healing people, man, feeding the multitudes. you know. So that's why Yahweh Shai, he came and showed us, hey, how it was going to be, because he said we're going to do the same, roughly paraphrasing, the same things and greater, man,
Mm-hmm.
same works and greater.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. This
Hey,
is
I got. Oh, Slacky.
Oh,
Go ahead,
go
brother.
ahead, brother Salaki. Go ahead.
I just want to speak on something you said real quick. You know what you said? The greatest thing is bringing our people ease, man. Ezekiel the 37th chapter. You know what I mean? The Lord entered, blew out His breath and entered into them the spirit of life, which was woke us up. Which the scriptures say, the words I speak unto you, they are spirit. All right, they are life, roughly paraphrasing. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and one of Yahweh's titles was the word of the Most High. So I got a quick precept, real quick, brother, to back you up. This is Psalms 107, verse 20. He sent His word and healed them.
Woo!
All right,
Man,
and
if
delivered
I
them
could
from
add
their
to that
destructions. Go
real
ahead,
quick,
go ahead.
Salaki Kanakala, but that's a powerful scripture, because the Lord said He sent the word and it healed them, man. So this word in itself has healed us from all kind of trials and tribulations that we previously once had. You know, just by receiving the word of truth, you got to think about all of the things that you could be going through now by not having the truth. You could have heart problems by now if you kept eating pork or shrimp, crab, and lobster.
Oh,
Let's say you would have continued down the path of running the streets. You could have got shot. You could be in jail. You know, let's say you went to the athletic realm or the athletic world. You could have got injured. You could have got paralyzed. But all because we heard this word, it saved us from a world of fucking trouble, man. And that's why we make remembrance and we glorify the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai from Him healing us through His word. Go ahead, bro.
Con. Hey, brother on point. Hey, it says Psalms 107, verse 20. He sent His word and healed them. And as the brother said, through the word, all these things, we were healed from, man. So first and foremost, that great healing came, through this word, man.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, real quick, before you keep going on that precept, because that's where it begins. It begins spiritually being healed. You got to get spiritually healed, and then because look, like even Paul, Paul in the New Testament, when he was healed spiritually, but what he still had a what do you say, a thorn in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
But what it begins within yourself, man. And that's why we have to heal our people with these words, just like the Lord healed us with His words, man. And that's what we preach, His word, like the brother read in that Ezekiel 37. Go
Con,
ahead.
he sent his word and it healed them. And, as was mentioned earlier, one of his titles was the word of the Most High. So ultimately, he sent Yahushua. And what Yahushua said, he said, out. Hey, going back to what the elder said, he said, when you bring a person to comfort, when he split the Red Sea, you bring person to comfort. What Yahushua said when he left, I will not leave thee comfortless, man.
Yep.
All right? Okay? So it says, he sent his word and he healed them and delivered them from their destruction. All right? So the instruction, man, all right? Instruction, the word through the instruction is we were healed, man. Like the brother said, man, we put off those old paths and followed. We received instruction and followed after it, man. That's ultimately what healed us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna get a quick precept in real quick. This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 2. It says, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings." So the first step in healing is really fear, because when you fear, that's a level of belief. When you fear something or somebody, you believe in it, because you can't fear what don't exist. So the first step into being healed is you got to fear Yahweh Bashim Shai. And then from fear, you learn what? You learn the obedience of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And then as you're obedient to the will of the Spirit, the will of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, then the Lord sends healings your way. Okay? So the Lord said He's going to what? He's going to come with healings in His wings. All right? And that's upon His return. The wings represent the power. Okay? When the Lord comes back in His power, He's going to come back healing the elect. That's why the scriptures say we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. He's going to take us out of these corruptible bodies and put us into incorruptible bodies, and all of the infirmities, all of the stress, all of the pain, the anguish, the torment, the losses that we suffered. Brothers have diseases, brothers have, certain misfortunes that they've acquired in their life. All of that is going to be taken away when the Lord comes back in power, man. And that's how the name of the Lord is going to be magnified, through how He healed the elect. Okay, that's what we're going to reverence. That's what we're going to reverence the Lord for eternity, on how He healed us. That's why it says in the book of I think that's in Jeremiah, it says it shall no more be said that the Lord power saved the children out of Egypt, but out of the country of the north. So we're going to remember and glorify the name of the Heavenly Father through the salvation of Him healing us. And that's power, man. That's power.
Hey, kind. That's why Yahweh Shai said, he said, which is harder, Russell Perry, he said, what's harder, to forgive a man his sins, or to heal him, man? Because he was showing that's that power. That's a great power, man, to heal somebody, man. Here it is. This man, he ain't never walked a day in his life, or he might have been blind his whole life. And then Yahweh Shai would say one thing to them, man, one phrase to them, and next thing you know, they would become whole, man. They would become whole, and then he imparted that same power unto the apostles, man.
That's right.
So that's something that, hey, that's something that brothers should pray for, man. The power to heal.
I got a quick precept. Going into what the brother Atazman was just saying about that the Lord is going to be exalted. He's going to be revered. For what's it called, for healing us. For taking away all these things that are burdensome onto us. Physically, internally, and mentally as well. All right, this is Psalms chapter 103, And verse 1, it says, "Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases." You know? So that's at the end of the at the end of this thing, man, when we get into the kingdom of heaven, man, that's what all Israel is going to be doing. All right, all Israel is going to be praising the Most High, man. All right, they're going to be giving the Lord his praises for the healing that he bestowed upon Israel, man. All right, starting with the elect on down. All right, because we all these infirmities, like the elder was saying, all right, all these burdens that we have to endure in this life, all that's going to be taken away, man. All right, and it's going to be made, and we're going to be made whole. All right.
Yep.
Hey, I got a quick precept. If I got a quick precept real quick just to back you brothers up. This is Romans chapter 8, Salakia. Romans chapter 8. I'm gonna just get to the point. Starting at verse 20 or verse 21. It says, "Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the spirits, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption to wit the redemption of our body." All right. So, that's ultimately, what all Israel is looking for, 2/3, and then also the elect, man. All right. We waiting to be get up out of these corruptible bodies, man. We waiting to be ultimately healed, man. We tired of being in this wicked state, man. Speaking on the elect. All right.
Con, and the crazy thing is that we know, at least we do, and the world have an inkling on what's about to happen here. They know that, basically nothing good could come out of what's going on right now in the world. It's all going to lead up to what? It's going to lead up to the day of the Lord, and we all know that the day of the Lord is going to be nothing nice. But what? We able to be at ease with this? How are we able to be at ease with this, with these words?
That's right.
And I'm gonna read this real quick here. I'm gonna try to just have something to say, but the point is in the end. First Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 13. "Not have you be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring. This we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of with the archangel, with the trump of the Most High, and the dead. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words." So we know, and that comfort, it goes back to that comfort. So we'll read these words here and we'll be like, damn, that ain't nothing good. The Lord's gonna come back, and destroy everything. He's gonna come back with a trumpet, and everybody's gonna get put to death. That's a scary thing, man. That's why nobody likes the God of Israel. That's why everybody doesn't like. They say that's not my God. My God ain't like that. Well, that's comforting to us, because we know that the Lord is going to come back and He's going to save a certain sect of people on this earth. We don't really care about, because the Lord don't care about them.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Wait, that's real quick. That's what like the elder had quoted earlier. He's coming with healing in his wings, man. For who? The nation of Israel. They're the ones that need to be healed, man. Because like the scriptures say, the whole head is sick, man.
Right.
The whole head is sick, man. So from Judah on down, man, our people are sick, man. They need to be cleansed. They need that they need to go into the ER, man, the spiritual ER, man, and get the real physician. That's why Yahushua said that the whole need not a physician, man, or the whole need not a physician. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I don't want to butcher it.
That's right.
That was I know there's one in Mark. This is Mark chapter 2, verse 17. When Yahushua heard it, he saith unto them, they that are whole have no need of the physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. And that's what makes us sick, man. Our people are sick spiritually, man, mentally. You know, here it is. You can have the best physique on the planet. You're healthy as hell, but you're mentally sick, man. You're
Yep.
unstable. You know, you have no idea what's going on. You know, that's a sick
Emotional.
man. Hmm.
Con.
Yeah, dealing
Yo,
off
yo,
emotions is a level of sickness too.
con.
You know, because that means you reprobate, you void of judgment. You know, when you dealing off emotions, a man that deals off emotions don't have the judgments of Yahweh Bashim Shai in his mind, and that's majority of the people out here, emotional as hell. You know, here it is. They see us on the highways and byways, and the first thing they do, instead of being a man of logic or a person of reason, or even try to hear what's coming out, they let their emotions take over. You know, so even a lot of our people, including the men of our nation, they got to get healed from the spirit of emotions, man. That's a goddamn disease. You know,
Con.
he can have a health like the brother Ice, the head brother Ice just said. He can have a healthy physique. They can have goddamn a 8-pack, you know, and be emotional as hell, man. You still sick. You know, you still need healing. You know, so our people, you know, that's the benefits of having the full doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because we're made whole. You know, when you go into the word sound, it goes into healthy or whole. And that's how we're being healed. We're being healed through the understanding of this word. You know, I just wanted to add that point.
Okay, I got a quick precept to go with that. This is James chapter 5, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse. Well, I'll start at 14. Let me see here. Yeah, I started at 14. It says James 5 and 14. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church, and let them pray over him, anointing him with the oil in the name of the Lord.
Mm.
Verse 15. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him.
Con.
That's why Yahweh would heal those people throughout the scriptures, and he said, "Go and sin no more," because he was doing it to show an example. He was like, "Look, like he told that one woman. He said, your faith has made you whole. Go and
Yep.
sin no more."
Con.
You know, so you know, this thing about healing is a very heavy spiritual thing, and it's a physical thing at the same time, which is going to be manifested in these last days.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You know, and that spirit of healing that translated over to who? To the apostles after Yahweh Shai. You know, when you go into Acts the 4th chapter about by the gates that's called Beautiful, you had the apostles that performed a miracle on
Lame
what was
man.
he, lame? He was lame.
Yeah, he was lame, kind of.
Yeah, he was a lame man. I think it's Acts the 4th chapter in the beginning. And through them doing that, the fame spread throughout the whole land. That mean what? The name of Yahweh Bashim Shai was glorified through those workers. You know, so if the Lord would send power right now to the flock, then our first mindset should be to heal. Technically, that should be our first mindset, because that was the first thing that Yahweh Shai did. Remember, in Matthew the 9th chapter, when the Lord went about healing all the sick, it said he was moved with compassion because he saw so many Israelites was through.
Yeah.
The Lord wasn't even trying to fuck people up, man. He was like, he was doing miracles on everybody pretty much, man. And then he said that's when he told the disciples to pray, and he said the harvest is few. The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray to the Lord to send more laborers into the vineyard. And what was the motivation behind the Lord telling the apostles to pray? Because Israel was through. They were sick. Everybody was sick. Everybody had some type of disease, some type of misfortune, some type of death. You know, so everybody was running to Yahweh Shai in need of something.
Okay.
So what
I got
about now? If Yahweh Shai is not coming back in this realm to do these things, then what does that mean for the laborers That means the laborers are going to have to perform these things in the near future. So we got to have our spirit sound and whole when he does send that power, because that power is coming.
Yeah, that comes with having faith, because prior to that, the account of the elders talking about, remember what happened when the disciples try to heal that one man, and when Yahweh Shai said, "How long shall I be with
Little
you?"
faith. Yep.
You have little faith, man, because look, they didn't have the faith that was required to heal him at that time, because it wasn't that time yet. Just like we can't just go up to somebody that on a wheelchair and tell them to get up and they're gonna start walking. It ain't the time yet. But that time is gonna come, just like it did before, like the elder said, man. The time is coming, because that the baton gets passed, man, and it's everything is reoccurring, man. Like the apostles like to say, man, we living in the book of Acts again, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I got a quick one. I'm gonna toss in there. I'm gonna hand it right back. It's Psalms 103 and 2. It says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases." You see? So going back to the diseases and the healings, Mayum, you had that one?
Well, I brought it out when you have dropped out the call.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
hey, the Most High, hey, the Lord wanted to come out again, but hey, y'all brothers got it. Y'all brothers got it.
But real quick, because you brothers are talking about that is, Yahweh Shai was looking upon Israel and he was seeing how they were all sick. This is why. This is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 25. It says, "And ye shall serve the Lord your power, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee." So the Israelites, they turned away from the Most High, so the Most High put them sicknesses on them. He didn't take them away like he said he would if they followed him. All right, and that also goes back into that fear that the elder was talking about earlier. You got to have that fear to even be healed from the Lord. Because if you don't heal the Lord, you're not going to be following the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
That's right.
Hey, I got a quick precept real quick, Baba Rashad. This is Isaiah 1, verse 2. "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For the Lord has spoken, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider." All right, this is the point. Slaki, one more. It says, "Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord." Going back to that instruction, all right, he sent his word and has healed them, all right, delivered them from destruction. It says, "They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are all gone away backward." This is the point.
Yep.
"Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick.
Woo.
The whole heart faint." So that's to back up you brothers, man, saying that, Yahweh Shai came and seen that, hey, Israel was sick, man. All right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, all right, was over there during the time of Yahweh Shai. All right? So Judah being the head, all right, if the head is sick, then the whole nation is sick, man.
Yep.
All right? So I just want to
well, that's a good point, because if you, like you just made about, if Judah is sick, the whole nation is sick. Well, that's why the prophecy in Genesis 49 was what? The gathering shall be unto Judah. So the Lord began to heal us by first starting off this ministry with the head tribe, the tribe of Judah. And by doing so, now we see what? We see the tribe of Zebulun teaching the word. We see Ephraimites. We got 2 Ephraimites in here now. We got Benjamin. We got Reuben. Just by starting it out with Judah. Now what? Now the other tribes are being healed, slowly but surely. So we seeing the miracle of Yahweh Shema Shai really manifesting in our own life.
Okay. And if I may add real quick, because like you said, it began with Judah, and guess what? Yahweh Shai was from the tribe of Judah.
Yep.
And this is a quick precept. This is 1 Peter 2:24, "Who his own self bare our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sins, should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes ye were healed."
Oh man.
Nice.
That's a
cool one. That's a bad precept. Bring that out, Baba Kushai.
This is a First Peter 2:24. Who his own self bear our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sins, should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes ye were healed.
Yeah, see, so
Con.
through the tribe of Judah making that sacrifice, all the other tribes were healed, man.
Mhm.
That's why we owe Yahweh Bashim Shai everything we got, man. All right, you know we shouldn't be doing this thing in the spirit of partiality, man. Because by his stripes we healed, man. By him going up and sacrificing, you know, himself, you know, for the redemption of sins, we have the opportunity to do what we're doing now. You know, hey, the Lord set it up in the spirit to put the spirit on somebody to come up with Google Hangouts so we could do this, man. All because he made the sacrifice. If the Lord never made that sacrifice, we wouldn't be doing this right now, man. You know, so that's how powerful our Lord and Savior is, man. You know, we have the opportunity to heal each other through the very sacrifices that he laid down for us, man. You know, and eventually, you know, as we continue to go down this path, the Lord is going to he's going to distribute that opportunity to us as well. If we remain faithful, we'll be able to heal people, man. We'll be able to declare Yahweh Bashim Shai's name on a higher magnitude, man. We'll be able to bring comfort, more comfort to our people, the 1/3. You know, the confusion to face Israelites, so the Israelite Gentiles. We'll be able to bring forth that fruit of the sacrifice of Hamashiach, man. You know? So
It was one time that we was in that position at one point where, you know, we didn't even consider the Holy Bible. We didn't even consider the scriptures or Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We were just in the world, you know, blind to the truth. You know, like what the brothers brought out earlier about needing a physician. You know, we need that physician. We still need that physician. And you know, and it's a beautiful thing that we were brought out of the world. Let me just bring this out real quick, and I'll pass it back on. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11, it says, "Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, by which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that at that time ye were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope, and without the Most High in His world." Verse 13, "But now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach." So we were made. You see that? So we was brought close to Yahushai, and again it goes by hearing of His word. Okay, that was the first step in the healing, because it's all spiritual healing right now. Before all the miracles start popping off, you know, because they're coming. But before the miracles start popping off, and this is a miracle in itself, that you see niggas from straight up from the gutter, from the lowest of the low, preaching the Bible on, you know, in truth and sincerity, praising the Most High, praising God, as the world would say.
Yep.
You know, that's a miracle in itself. But the true miracles are about to come, where you're gonna have to see it. You're gonna have to recognize it. Like, oh wow,
yeah,
you know, that ain't normal. That's something higher. Go ahead, Akim.
Hey,
that's right.
hey, if the brother Mike Ali got a quick preset, real quick. Baba Shah.
It was Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 12. But it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but the word, O Lord, which healeth all things. You know, so going back to what Kanakla brought out, you know, about in Isaiah, the first chapter, about the whole head being sick, you know, going to those bruises and you know, the sores we had as a people. You know, it's the Most High is the one that, since we fell away from Him, you know, the reason why we're in that position is because we didn't take heed to His word. You know, we weren't whole, we weren't sound. You know, it's because we, you know, of our disobedience, we turned away from the Most High, and we got ourselves in this state.
It's all about hearing the word. It's all about hearing the word. You know, well, once brothers heard this word, it was something clicked in your head. It just clicked in your head, and you was like, you know what? This is real. This is real. You know, nothing else matters. You were in different kind of doctrines. You was in Christianity. You was in Egyptology, or whatever the case may be. and then you're like, you know what? I don't think that shit is real. I think the Bible's real. You know,
Fine. And
that was the Lord healing your mind.
yeah,
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
real quick, because that's a mental sickness, man. You know, just like they used to say that they had it on the books here in America that being a homosexual is a mental illness. Well, guess what? Going after us as Israelites, going after all these strange gods, or going after all these false ways, that's a mental sickness.
Yep.
And that's the word. Hey, what did scripture say? Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, man. I mean the plague in your mind, man. Because if you bugged out in your head, then you're finished, man.
That's it. And that's the worst. That's the worst disease you could have, man. Is a mental illness. Like if you look at the people that have like the schizophrenic, or they have dementia, or what's the other one? Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they don't have no control over that. You know, and that's a demon. That's just a demon in their mind that's messing with their memory, or it's a demon in their mind that has them hallucinating. You know, or they have what they call it, you know, multiple personalities. Those
Mm-hmm.
are evil spirits, man. That ain't. That's all it is. Just an evil spirit
Demons.
on the person.
Yeah.
You know.
Con.
So
Hey, can I
that's why
back
Yahweh
you up real quick?
Shai. Salaki, what you say, bro?
Can I back you up real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Proverbs 18:14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
You
the
know?
scripture say a wounded spirit who can bear? Who could bear a spirit that's being taken over by another entity, man? You know, your mind is playing tricks on you. You're seeing all kind of just different spirits, and you know you got 3 to 5 goddamn different personalities. Hey, y'all brothers ever seen that movie Split?
Come, yep.
Mm-hmm.
He had 23 goddamn demons on him. You know?
Tranny and all.
Yeah. He had he was you remember he was a 9-year-old little boy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? And he played it to a T.
Yeah.
You know, so, and there's people out here that literally has that spirit, but see, Esau will diagnose it as it's just, you know, it's hereditary, or it's just, no, bro, it's a demon.
Mm-hmm.
It's an energy that's coming from an evil angel, from the heavenly realm. An evil angel has that vessel, and it's pouring out evil spirits into that vessel.
Okay.
So
Hey, and that's why.
how do we be healed from that? It got to be through the spirit. You got it, bro.
And that's why the brother started off with that Luke 9:1. If Baba Kashar bring that Luke bring it out again, that Luke 9:1 and 2, because like the elder was just saying, those mental illnesses, those are demons, man. Those are devils on you. That's why Howard Shai gave them power to heal and to cast them deep devils out, man. Because that's what it is, man. That's what Yahweh Shai would do. He would rebuke them demons, and then there was one account where the demons, they just went into them swine, man, and they had them just jump off a hill, man, into the water.
Into the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an evil ass spirit on that.
Hey, real quick, before I get that Luke, this is Sirach 25:13. It says, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman." Man, you know, so you know the prophet Sirach, all right, he was asking to have any other plague but that plague of that mind, man, because that's a heavy thing that's a heavy burden, man. To have that. Just imagine scratching yourself up. You know, you got those demons on you, man. That's boy.
Yeah, my you got this guy talking about he went back into homosexuality and the truth. You got the plague of the heart, man.
Yeah, he's sick.
You know, first of all, the spirit of the Lord never healed a nigga like that.
Yeah.
You know, when you really think about the totality of it, you can't defend that shit, man. Now it's different. Okay, if a brother did some shit unknowingly before the truth, and then came into the truth and never turned back to that shit, well, hey, that brother can be saved. But you don't come into the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Shai and commit no sin like that unto death. That's a demon, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing more than a demon. That's why Apostle R did the video, and he said that, the 7 evil spirits, will come back to that vessel. So you got 8 demons. You got 8 demons on the original demon plus 7 new friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Hey, and I give a quick testimony, man. I deal with people that have the plague of the heart, man, every day. I could see that's the worst thing. People in wheelchairs are better off than them because at least he can think for himself.
Yeah.
These characters, man, their demons are just having a fiesta up there, man.
Shit.
They're trapped in their mind. Their
Yeah,
mind
just
is a prison.
yeah,
Man.
tossing them to and fro, man.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, the spirit, hey, the Lord's gonna heal a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, that's why they here. You know, a lot of people that have those, because those diseases like that are really deemed incurable. You know, there's really they send them through a thing called therapy. They don't have an actual healing method for a person that's schizophrenic or that has a mental illness to bring. But guess what? We can do it if we believe in Yahweh Bashim Shai, and that's the dividing factor from this world and the spirit of truth. There's nothing that can't be healed through the spirit. And if the spirit move on brothers to begin to heal a mentally retarded person, a person that has a cerebral palsy or that has the
Mental
dropsy,
retardation.
yeah,
Yeah.
mental. Hey, with the Lord and the disciples, they was healing lepers, people
Mm-hmm.
that had the plague of leprosy. You know that can heal that shit, man. You know ain't no cream gonna get the job done with that.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta the spirit of the Lord you gotta have them holy hands touch you, man, and extract that spirit off you, man. And guess what? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the elect is going to heal full blown lepers, man.
That's right. Hey, Ush, what was that movie called on the Netflix? That what
Yeah,
was it like?
I was
Light Bright,
yeah, I was just thinking about that. It was called At First Light, and one of
First
the
Light.
at one of the after the chick in the movie got those spiritual powers, the first thing, the first miracle she did, so to say, is she healed somebody with dementia. It was an old woman that she would just sit in the couch all day long, just clueless as hell. But then her kids came home and she was just a normal person, and that's gonna happen, man.
Mm.
You're gonna have people with Alzheimer's don't know how to even wipe their own ass anymore, and then one day they're just gonna be normal people, man.
Yep, man. Hey, I got a quick precept if I may. This is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 20. I'm gonna start at 23. It says, and Yahweh went abroad all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria.
Mm.
See? So notice that as Yahweh was healing, not you know, turning invisible, then popping up in the Edomite room and chopping his head off. That's
Okay.
not how his fame went abroad.
Hmm.
You know, shooting lasers out of his eye at the White House.
Yeah.
You know, because even though there's nothing wrong with brothers having that imagination, yet and still, the power of the Lord is in healing, man.
Yeah.
You know, and
Kind
yeah, that's how that fame, that's how the Lord's name was magnified. It was through the healings. They say he healed all manner of sickness, man. He was healing all kind of stuff, man. We don't even, there's certain things that I wish I was healing. Man, we don't even know he healed. He probably healed a midget.
yeah. A
You
dwarf
never
head.
know.
Yeah.
He probably healed a midget. If you heal a midget, bro, like the world is gonna react to that, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey,
I got a quick precept, Baba Shah.
hey, real quick before you read it out, read the precept to add on to the Elder Atazuan was saying that ain't nothing wrong with thinking about those things, about getting those certain spiritual powers to bring the fury of the Lord. But hey, because even Yahweh, I'm sure he thought of that. That's why he said, um, if this was my kingdom, my servants will fight. What he tell Pontius Pilate, man. He said, hey, he had the power. He knew he had the power to destroy this earth, man. But
Yeah,
his mission was to heal. His mission was to do the Father's will, man.
yeah. And and if I could say before you get that precept, we're gonna have to have that power to destroy.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna come a point in time where Esau is gonna come straight down on us. And you ain't gonna, you in them situations, you ain't gonna be thinking about healing. You're gonna have to put certain things to flight.
Mm.
So that's gonna come, but that's not necessarily the primary focus. We got to get our nation back, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Once the enemy comes in like a flood, the Lord got a standard already set up. But the Lord wants us to exercise the spirit of healing within our vessel. You know? But that's all I wanted to say. You got it, bro.
Hey, real quick, Elder, in that same chapter, you know, in that same chapter down at verse 25, going with what you just said, it said, and there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee and from Decapolis and from Jerusalem and from Judea and from beyond Jordan. You know, so and it's going to be the same thing, and that's the same thing that happened with the disciples when they got those spiritual powers, man. They were healing people, you know, and the people started to believe, and that's how Israel's going to start to get healed. You know, they start to believe and they start to come back to the Lord because they see the powers, they see that power of healing, man. That's like we've been going into. That's the number one power that we should be looking for, man, because that's what's going to cause a lot of people to believe. You know,
man. That's
you had a precept about Fanakala?
Yeah, just real quick one. As a brother, the elder stated, you know, as far as, you know, schizophrenia, a midget, you know, you can't go to the hospital and say, you know, I'm a midget, you know, can you heal? You know, that's the scriptures say,
that's true.
Which one of you can add a cubit to your stature, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as a brother stated, you know,
accomplishable.
Cut. You know, hey, brothers, beautiful you said that right here, Matthew 19:26. But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, with the Most High all things are possible.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Yep.
So that's the point.
Hey, that's right, man. Yep. Hey, that's right, man. You know, hey, we gotta believe that though, brothers. You know, hey, because our hand is to the plow, man. Remember, Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Yahushua that strengthens me, man.
Yeah.
You know, so we gotta believe that. You know, eventually, when the Lord puts us on that and test us, like he did Peter, that test of faith, we gotta believe we can get through that test because the Lord is building us up for a greater purpose. And you gotta think, man, when we begin to heal people in multitudes, you already know what comes after that. Esau comes shortly after healing, man, because he's a physician of no value. He envies that he can't heal. You know, that's why the Lord is going to use that healing to put a major chink in the armor of the oppressor, man. Just to speak on that.
Hey,
I got a precept. Go ahead, brother.
Real quick, Elder Atazon was saying, man, you know, and the brother just brought out that precept that all things are possible with the Most High, man. All right, because referring back to what we said earlier or quoted earlier, that we're going to do greater works, and we just read a little bit ago that the Lord healed all manner of sicknesses. So imagine what we're going to be healing in these last days. And to real quick to refer to what the elder said earlier, he said that some people might be mentally challenged or have Alzheimer's, whatever they might have. It might not be because they were wicked. And I got a precept to prove it. This is John. This is John chapter 9, and I'm gonna start at the top. And Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Yahushua answered, Neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him. So he was born blind so that the works of the Lord could be manifested, man. The miracles, the power, the glory could be manifested through that man that lived his whole life sick, man.
Yes.
Never seen nothing his whole life, man. Just so that the Lord could heal him.
Hey, and you gotta remember, there's like 7.5 billion people on this earth. There's a lot of people that are born blind. There's a lot of people that are born with dementia, or not born with dementia, but got dementia. They got all types of weird infirmities, cancers. Okay, so these people, then they were born with that. It doesn't necessarily mean because they did something bad or they sinned. It's because the Lord has put them in that position for the prophets, so they can perform the holy work.
Yep.
So that it can seal the last people. Because some people they're only gonna get it if they see it. All right. Some people only gonna believe if they see it. Some people believe by sight. And so those people, when they see it, when they see the healing, they're gonna be like, you know what? I'm following you. I'm following this man. I'm following your house. What's the name of your God? Yeah, that's coming.
Yep.
All that is coming.
Hey, that's
But
why if I could add real quick to you, Ariel, that's why the scriptures tell you in Zephaniah the 3rd chapter, it says that in the place we shall get fame throughout all the land, in the place where it was we were put to shame, we shall be
yep.
glorified. That's talking about in America, man.
Come,
You know,
yep.
that fame of the elect is going to go out, is going to go throughout America before the destruction. And how is that fame going to go out? Through the miracles and healings, man.
Hey, same thing with that scripture that says, in the place where it was said that you are not the children of the Most High, there shall you be called the children of the Most High.
Yep.
It's gonna be because of those works, man. You know,
Right now we're infamous. We're not liked. Okay, we're not even liked amongst our own people. When it comes to other Israelites, okay, other Israelite camps, they look at us as what they call us the worst of the worst, the
Yep.
trash, the dump. They have the nerve to call us that. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, because that's not new. The Lord told us that would happen, because he healed in front of the wicked scribes and Pharisees, and they still hated him for it, man. Hey, well, you gonna heal somebody on the Shabbat?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't. There's no winning with niggas, man.
Hey.
But Lucky, Dawah, you still got that precept you were holding?
Con. Just to back you brothers up, because you were speaking on that, like healing a midget or, things like that. You know what I'm saying? The things that you can't go to the doctor for. And then also how it's going to come back to give glory to the Most High. All right. This is Luke chapter 8. I'm going to start at verse 43, read to 47. It says, and a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which has spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any. She has spent her whole life saving, trying to get healed. All right. So speaking on the midget situation or any of those type of ailments or whatnot. All right. It says, came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood was stanched. And Yahushua said, who touched me? When all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, Master, the multitude thronged thee and pressed thee, and sayest thou, who touched me? And Yahushua said, somebody had touched me, and I perceived that virtue is gone out of me. And here's another point. Go ahead.
Real quick, that goes to show you that the fame had spread, because everybody was trying to get a piece of it, man. Everybody wanted to get healed. They heard about the miracles, and some people they didn't necessarily wanted to follow the Lord. They just wanted to get healed, man. Just like certain people just wanted to eat, so they would follow him around just to get a meal.
Yep.
But that goes to prove that the fame it spread, man, through the miracles, through the healing that the Lord was doing. Go ahead.
Come, verse 47, last verse. And when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling and falling down before him, and she declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him and how she was healed immediately. So after the fact, after she had realized that, Yahushua had noticed that she wanted touching him, she wanted to declare before not only him, but all the other people as well, too. So that glory was going out. Yeah. All right. But then also she just reached out of faith. You know what I'm saying? But all this is all, working together to bring power, bring glory into Yahushua. All right.
That's right, brother. Hey, that was beautifully put, man. And if I could add to you, this is First Thessalonians chapter, Second Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power would count you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness and the work of faith with power. So what really declares faith? Faith is the power behind it. The power, because hey, I'm gonna hit you with this. You could say that you have faith, but if you can't activate power through that faith, you don't have faith. So there's a lot of people out here that loosely use that term faith. But when we're able to access interdimensional power through believing, that's going to send a ripple effect through America. Like the elder Ariella always makes mention on how this is a paradigm shift. Well, when that spirit of faith is invoked within the members of the elect, and everybody is on a million with their faith, All the members of the elect, their faith is just lit, and the Lord is going to activate it as such, according to His will. When that happens, the whole power structure of America is going to shift, because we access interdimensional power through belief, and know that nobody else was able to activate. The elect was able to activate that interdimensional power, and that's how the Lord is going to declare His holy name, through the works of faith with power. Okay, continuing on, verse 12, it says that the name of our Lord Yahushua Hamashiach may be glorified in you. So these are the reasons why the Lord is not going to give you the spirit of faith just so you can add a 10,000 followers in 2 minutes, you know, or you got 100,000, 150,000 followers on Instagram. That's not why you're gonna get the spirit of faith, you know, to increase your clout. You know, the Lord is going to give you the spirit of faith to glorify the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai within your walk, and you will be able to bring forth the fruits of the spirit through the faith. That's all He's trying to get us to understand. Like, bro, you have power, use it. You know, like, bro, use your power. You know, you have superpowers. You know, but you have to sow righteousness according to the Holy Spirit, so that you can activate your superpower, man. And when you activate your superpower, give me credit. Declare my name.
Yep.
Go around the world. I'm gonna take care of you. You're gonna eat. You're gonna drink. You're gonna have a place to rest. But just use your power and declare my name. This is what the Lord is trying to get us to understand, and it's all activated through the spirit of faith, man. And I hope and pray that each and every last one of us on this video gets a chance to taste of that good fruit of faith, man. You know, because it's a sweet, it's going to be a sweet fruit of our labors. The Lord is going to allow us to indulge in the benefits of being faithful, man.
I got a quick precept to go with that.
I'm gonna just finish it off.
Oh,
you got it, all right, it says that the name of our Lord Yahushua Hamashiach may be glorified in you, and ye in Him, according to the grace of our power, and the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach. You got it, bro.
Real quick, I know Ariel wanted to speak on something. This is Matthew 21 and 20, or yeah, so like Matthew 21 and 21. It says, Yahushua answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if ye have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast in the sea, it shall be done. All right. So that we're gonna be able to do these things. We're gonna have that power through the faith, man. And you gotta believe that. You know, you gotta have that faith in the name of Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai, the power that brings. You know, because in doing so, when you truly believe without doubt, you know, without no doubt in your mind, you're gonna be able to heal. You're gonna be able to walk on water. You know what happened to Peter when Peter fell in? Yahweh said, you know,
ye of little faith.
Ye of little faith, man.
Yeah, he like the faith. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say because what? Because the faith comes, the power comes by faith. So that's why Yahweh continually said that man, oh ye of little faith, how long am I gonna be with you? You know, I ain't gonna be here with you forever, man. You gotta learn how to do this. You know, you gotta learn how to have faith, man. What, you know, I ain't gonna be here to babysit and hold your hand forever. So now the beautiful thing is that, you know, brothers are you know, here it is, we in this 2000 whatever, and our brothers are coming to the understanding that, okay, we see the prophecies coming to pass, and we can actually go through the book and be like, you know what, we're getting dangerously close to the end of this thing. But before the end of this thing comes what? The healings and the miracles. All right. And you know, and we have so many examples of miracles and healings in the Bible, what builds our faith. And the Lord is only dealing with those that have faith. I'm gonna bring out one account here.
Real quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
Before you read that, to go with what the brothers are saying, you know, of having that faith and getting that power. A good example of that in a recent movie is that movie Brightburn, when dude tossed the damn lawnmower and then he put his hand into the blade, man, because he believed that he was gonna be able to stop it, man.
Yep.
And that's the kind of faith you gotta have. You're gonna have to. It's like they say they do those exercises, where you just lean back and they're supposed to catch you or whatever. Well, you
Right.
gotta have that faith with the Lord that He's gonna be there for whatever situation you may come across in that time, man.
Yeah, it's called the trust game.
There you go, kind.
Hey,
And that's
hey,
all.
hey, and the Lord,
Yeah,
hey, the Lord he's gonna make you trust him. Whether hey, that's why Peter had to walk across that water. But then when the boisterous wind came, what happened? Peter lost faith.
It's scary. Got real. Real.
Hey, and that's gonna happen to us. That boisterous wind represents that time of destruction. Well, we're gonna have to have faith during that time of tribulation. That's what that boisterous wind represents. But notice that in the midst of it, Yahweh Shah was right there to extend his hand to lift them up out of that position.
And that goes in having confidence in the Lord, which you go into that word confidence. One of the definitions is to trust in, man. Going with that, hey, that you gotta trust in the Lord, man, in all thy ways, man, and He gonna deliver you if you call on Him.
It literally means with faith. Come with fidelity. Faith. So it really literally means with faith, and that's how we have to walk with. It's not with pride. We walk with confidence. We know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that this is true, and there's nothing that can really sway us. Okay, it ain't pride and nothing like that. We're not arrogant. It's confidence. We just know through the spirit. We just know.
Right.
Hey, Akim, I got a precept real quick. This is John. This is St. John 14, verse 11. Believe me that I am in the Father, and that the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do.
You see that?
Go
ahead,
because I go into the Father. And if I may see this real quick, when Yahweh Shai was in the Garden of Yosemite, he called on the Heavenly Father. Now we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. We're going to call on the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. So we have a double portion, man. We calling on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, bro. And now if we are those men that's believe in Yahweh Shai, and we giving diligence to make our calling and election sure, all right, the Heavenly Father is going to be with us, man. In that time, every individual in this truth, the Lord is going to be with us, man. The scriptures say none of them is lost. All right. You got to believe that. If you believe that you're a part of the elect, the Lord is going to be with you, man. And He's going to give you that power, bro. I just want to say that through the Spirit.
Hey, that's a good point. That's a great point, man. We got two names to call on. Yahweh Bashem Shai, man. Yeah, that's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful, man. Hey,
that gave me goosebumps, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's why the name of the Lord is our help. But the Lord sent assistance, man, because understanding the times that we living in with the technology that this devil got. I was looking at a video. They got a reactionary robot, man, where if you swing a bat at the robot grab the bat and reverse it and beat your ass, man. So we need a double portion of the spirit, man, when all hell break loose, man. When they send out these storm troops, these Gurgle troops, these international police, Interpol and NATO UN troops, not to mention, we're gonna be going at it with 2/3, chopper toe niggas, man. You're gonna need the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai to guide you through that mess, man. That's a good point, bro.
Real talk.
And real quick, going with the precepts the brother just read, it said believe on Him for the work's sake, because it's gonna take for some people to believe to witness the works, man. Because even one of the 12 disciples, Thomas, he had to see to believe, man, that was actually Yahweh Shai, even though he was hearing all this and that. But Yahweh Shai had to actually show him the holes in his hand where they pierced him in his side. But hey, that's why the Lord's gonna have to do certain miracles through the brothers, man.
Yep.
So hey, because it's not everybody's given the same measure of faith. We've come into this with a high level of faith through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, which was given unto us as a gift. But some people, the people that are going to follow us or believe on Yahweh Shai, like John 17 says, there's going to be some people that believe through us, man, that are going to believe on Yahweh Shai through our words, which is ultimately Yahweh Shai's words. But some of these people, they got to actually see miracles, man.
Yep.
They got to see, somebody get healed. They got to see, a brother flying through the air, whatever the case may be. But that main thing is going to be the healing. And a lot of people, because what can you say? Because anybody can kill somebody, but can you heal somebody? Can you make them
Yes.
walk? Can you give them their sight back?
Mm-hmm. You see that? Yeah, and that's beautiful. You bring that up, because ever since Elder Apostle Tahar put the decree out that no more new members, now you're starting to see a lot of new faces coming up to camps, listening, because what they didn't want to get it before, but now that starting to heat up a little bit, now they're trying to come and get the word at the last minute. But then the next thing is when the miracles start taking place, now you're gonna see a lot more people starting to show up. Um, can I get this one little this passage real quick in the book of Tobit, chapter 11? I'm gonna start at verse 3, and I'm gonna read on down a little bit. It says, "Let us haste before thy wife and prepare the house, and take in thine hand the gall of the fish, till they went their way, and the dog went after them. Now Anna sat looking about towards the way of her son, and when she espied him coming, she said to her father, Behold, thy son cometh, and the man that went with him. Then said Raphael, and we all know Raphael is that angel, that secret angel. I know, Tobias, that thy father will open his eyes, because you remember, Tobias, he was basically blind. He was blind, and he went on a journey, and they picked up some things. So he said, then said Raphael, I know, Tobias, and thy father will open his eyes. Therefore, anoint thou his eyes with the gall, and being pricked therewith, he shall rub, and the whiteness shall fall away, and he shall see thee. Then Anna ran forth and fell upon the neck of her son, and said unto him, Seeing, I have seen thee, my son. From henceforth I am content to die. And they wept both. Tobit also went forth towards the door. I'm getting to the point, and stumbled, and the son ran unto him and took hold of his father. And he said, and he strake the gall on his father's eyes, saying, Be good, be of good hope, my father. And here's the point. And when his eyes began to smart, meaning he began to see, he rubbed them, and the whiteness piled back from the corners of his eyes. And when he saw his son, he fell upon his neck, and he wept and said, Blessed art thou, O God, Yahweh, and blessed is thy name forever, and blessed are all thine holy angels. So when that happened, he immediately believed for real. His faith was turned up 1,000 times,
Man.
1,000-fold because of that. He opened his eyes, he rubbed his eyes, and then all of a sudden he could see everything. That's a miracle.
Hey, the same thing. Oh well, not the exact same thing, but that manner of thing happened to the Apostle Paul, man. He had that he became blind, he couldn't see, he had them
Yep.
scales over his eyes, and then what? The Lord sent somebody to heal him, and the scales just fell off his eyes, man. He could see. And that was symbolic as well, because he was not only physically blind, but he was spiritually blind, man. So he was
Yep.
healed spiritually and physically, man.
That's right. That's right, bro. And I got a quick precept.
Yo, Akim, I'm about to roll. I gotta go to work. Akim.
Can I come, brother? Shalom.
Hey,
Nah,
Khan,
hey,
listen,
y'all
Yahweh
want
Shai, Hashem Kakudash, Barakatah.
Khan, shalom.
Rock that, brother.
Yahweh Mahar.
Yeah, I'm all right. The water.
Just a real quick precept I wanted to add in there. Going into how the examples of faith that we display is going to actually lead to others believing. That's why the Lord is charging us to be faithful, because other people's salvation really is going to depend on the faith that we have as well. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 24 and verse 11. Matter of fact, Salakia, verse 34. It says, Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. All right. So we got to also remember that our labors is going to be also attributed, to others that believe. Because the scriptures say, meditate upon these things, give thyself holy, that thy profiting may appear unto all. All right, and you will have the power to save those that hear as well. Roughly paraphrasing. So, also remembering that when we in these situations, there are going to be people that's going to depend on our faith, as certain people depending on the faith of the apostles and Yahweh Shai. That's why the Lord says in Obadiah the 18th verse, he said that there will come saviors out of Jerusalem. You know, so really the Lord is equating all of the members of the elect as miniature saviors, all right, or miniature Yahweh Shais, all right, because hey, some brother might save 300 people in that day. You might save 500. You might save 1,000. You might save 10,000 according to your talent. You know, but it's all according to the measure of faith that the Lord has given you, and He expects you to utilize that faith. Because remember, the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. So when Yahweh Shai broke the bread and He fed the thousands, the 5,000s, and those 5,000s followed Him, He wrote that in the scriptures so that when it happens to us, we'll understand why it's happening. Instead of being 5,000 this time, it could be 10,000 people following because of the faith that you display. So that's the importance, like what the priest Ash just said. It's important for us to understand that there's going to be other people that's going to depend on our measure of faith to get them out of these situations as well. It tells you in Isaiah the 32nd chapter, a man shall be a covert from the wind and a shadow from the rock. So meaning that a man is going to be made more precious than the fine gold. Now, how is he going to be made more precious? It's through his faith, man. Okay? Go ahead. Y'all brothers got it. That was all the precepts I had too.
Kind of, yeah. That's a good point that the elder was just bringing up, man. And that's why the scriptures say that things written before time was for our learning. Because when we read these scriptures about the things that Yahweh Shai was doing and the people that were following him, when it comes down to us, Lord willing, we are those men. When it comes down to those times coming for us, we're going to look back at the scriptures, and that's why the scriptures also say that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, man. All right, because when you see all these thousands of people coming to follow you, you ain't gonna be bugging out. You go, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Right. No, you're gonna be rooted, man. You're gonna be rooted in the spirit and in the faith of Yahweh Shem Shai, and you're gonna know exactly what to do because the Lord is gonna give it onto you.
Yeah, and real quick, and that's the key thing, man. Having that faith, like we were going over, having the faith, and then always giving the glory and magnifying Yahweh Shem Shai, because the Lord ain't. If you don't have the faith, the Lord ain't gonna give you no kind of abilities, man. I like to say this a lot. If you don't believe, you won't receive, right? So, and especially if He knows you're not gonna glorify Him after it, you're gonna try to take some kind of vainglory. Hey, you ain't gonna get you ain't gonna heal nobody. You might just end up eating a missile, man. But I wanted to bring out the account in Acts chapter 3 real quick, just to prove that the head disciples, man, they instantly, even though everybody was trying to big them up, and that's we in the flesh. So when people try to big you up, man, you want to take the credit, man.
Right.
But the spiritualness of the situation here in the faith shows how you are to act and I dare say when the Lord gives us these abilities. All right, this is Acts chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Now Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour, and a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple, who seen Peter and John about to go into the temple asking alms. And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, Look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. And because remember, the Lord said, Freely have you received, freely shall you give. Rough and straight. That in Matthew chapter 10. It says, Then Peter said, so like, then I'll read it again. Then Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. In the name, here's a key point. In the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up, and immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. So immediately, man, through the faith and through the faith that those apostles had, man, that man immediately received strength, man, in the twinkling of an eye, you know.
Man.
And then it says, and he leaped up, stood, and walked, and entered. Because imagine that, man, a man that never took a step in his life, and you tell him to get up in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, grab him by the hand and pull him up.
Right.
He of course he's gonna be leaping for joy, man. He's gonna be doing backflips. Yeah. You know, because like the apostle say, you got to actually envision this, man. Actually imagine that, man. Somebody that never walked in his life, all of a sudden immediately gets power to walk, man. Gets healed.
That's crazy.
All right, verse 8. And he, leaping up, stood and walked and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising the Most High. And all the people saw him walking and praising the Most High, and they knew that it was he which sat for alms at the beautiful gate of the temple. And they were filled with wonder and amazement at that which had happened unto them.
Yep.
And at the length, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, man. It's just just reflecting on that account, you just see the type of joy that they gave other individuals, man. You know, it say everybody was astounded and amazed and rejoiced, and the miracle didn't even happen to them. They just saw it. So just by even seeing that type of power is going to, heal a lot of our people. It's going to restore hope. Just by seeing a blind man that you've always known in your neighborhood be healed by the hands of a prophet, man. That's going to send a ripple through America, man. And it's going to bring the downfall and the destruction of this place, man. The more, democracy, the power of democracy is in those that believe in it. When people stop believing in this bullshit system and they start believing in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the less power it has. The less power America has, is the more people that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So when the Lord begins to extract a large number of believers from America and bring them into the truth, we're going to see America decline rapidly, man, because the belief is no longer in the system. Remember, through faith or belief in something is power. So you take the belief out of America and you translate that belief into the truth, it's going to give the truth power and it's going to take away the power from America. And we're going to see a sharp decline in this American society when all these believers begin to wake up through these miracles, man.
That's right. Hey, and it's because the Lord, he hates a false balance, right? He deals with just balance. So you said as soon as the faith flourishes on a whole nother level, then America's gonna go down just as quick. Because it's like a balance. You put something on this side, it's gonna tilt, and that's how it's gonna go. America going down, we going up, literally, and spiritually. All right, let me finish this up. Verse Acts chapter 3, verse I started 11, and as the lame man which was healed, see, you see how the Spirit brought it right back to healing, man.
Yep.
Right. Healed, held Peter and John. All the people ran together unto them in the porch that is called Solomon's, greatly wondering. Because like the elder said, man, just imagine you know this, man. This is Day from the block, man. He always out there smoking Black and Miles and on the wheelchair, and then all of a sudden this man jumping around and it's like, damn, hold on, everybody running up to him to find out what's going on.
Yeah, everybody gonna be asking him questions like, Day, what happened? And what is he gonna do? He's gonna say some man that believed in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai healed me. And he gonna believe in it. Then he's gonna take that belief and pass it on, man. That's how this thing works.
Hey, scriptures say faith cometh by hearing.
Hey, and that's when the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to start to get glorified, like the brother was saying, the elder was saying earlier. People are going to start like, oh, what did he do? They're going to be like, oh, he healed me in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And people are going to see that. They're going to see the healing, and they're going to go home. They're going to start, trying to call on the Lord because they saw the power that it had, and that name will be glorified.
Yeah, Jake will go home and try to practice it.
Yeah.
But that's how it starts. That's how it start. Just that those, but it has to start with that seed of faith. And that first seed of faith came through Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai is the head remnant.
Okay.
Hey, he's the head member of the elect. You got it, my young.
Kind of Yahweh Shai said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, man. So it's all that's all it's gonna take, man. That little bit that people might see or actually go through personally, and that's all that it's gonna take, man.
Yeah. Whenever the outside heals somebody, he'll tell that person, now go tell the people what you see, what happened. Go tell them.
Yep.
So that. Go ahead.
If I could say too, Aria, sometimes he would tell them don't say nothing.
Yep.
Because he knew that they was gonna go say something anyway.
You
can't keep that in, man.
Come on, niggas, man.
Yahweh Shai knew they wasn't gonna keep it in, so he would tell some of them. He say, "Tell no man what happened unto thee, but let thy faith make thee whole."
Yeah.
Hey, what you think Jake gonna do?
Gonna say something anyway.
He gonna go brag about it, man. Look, I got my list.
First thing you're gonna do.
Yeah. Hey, but I ain't mad at Jake though, man. I would do the same thing. Hey, if somebody heal you from sickle cell anemia or fucking or something like that, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go tell everybody, hey man, this Dr. Craig healed me from sickle cell. That's just like human nature. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go declare it to the mountaintops who healed you. So the Lord knows that. The Lord knows that eventually, as these miracles begin to take place, that this word is going to spread, and it's going to bring forth those members of the elect that's to be sealed in that 11th hour, man. Mm-hmm. That 11th hour is going to be booming, man.
Yep.
It's going to be booming, man. Hey, brothers going to have to be putting in major work in that time.
Yep. Hey, but it's the spirit that you said this. That one of the first things you do is you're going to go, make it known how you've been healed, and so on. This is back in the Acts 3 and 12, and when Peter saw it, and I'm gonna read all the way down to 16. This is some good meat on here. It says, and when Peter saw it, he answered unto the people, ye men of Israel, why marvel ye at this, or why look ye so earnestly on us, as though by our power or holiness we made this man to walk? And that's the key thing. It's not us. We're just vessels. The Lord using us to do these things, man. Just like He using us to push His word, man. His word in our mouth. It's not our words or how we feel. We just instruments, man. Just like a trumpet. You don't. Oh man, that was somebody the best piano player ever. You don't go over there and praise the piano after the man's done with his symphony.
Right.
You praise the pianist. The dude they just banging on them keys, man. Not the piano. Verse 13. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, wasn't it somewhere in Ephesians where they performed a miracle over there, and they were trying to call them gods? I gotta find it. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 13: the power of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob, the power of our fathers, hath glorified his son Yahushua, whom you delivered up and denied him in the presence of Pilate, when he was determined to let him go. But ye denied the Holy One and the just, and desired a murderer to be granted unto you, and killed the priest, so like the Prince of Life, whom the Most High raised from the dead, whereof we are witnesses. And here's the point. And his name, through faith in his name, hath made this man strong, whom ye see and know. Yea, the faith which is by him hath given him this perfect soundness in the presence of you all. It's about that faith, man. That faith made that man whole. Gave that because he believed. He took when Peter put his hand out and said, "Get up and walk." The man had faith and believed him, man. He said, "Look, I ain't got no gold, no silver, but dude, I got what I have is how about Shimi Shai? Now get up and walk." And the man believed him and got up and walked through faith.
And that happened, man. That happened numerous amount of times in Rome and Greece, man.
Mm-hmm.
The miracles. So that that you got to think, man. That was like major talk during the Roman Empire. Was all these people that had miracles happening. All these people that had miracles taking place in their life. That was big talk around Rome, man. Because you remember Hey, they was raising the dead in Acts the 6th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Peter raised Tabitha, the disciple. With the older woman said she had did many good deeds towards the apostles,
Yep.
and
Yep.
she actually gave up the spirit. And what happened? Peter put the spirit back in her. They was raising the dead. They was healing all kind of blind people, casting out demons, healing the lepers. They was doing all kind of stuff in Rome, man. That's why Esau was trying to knock them off.
Yeah.
Notice, if they had all that power when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, they would have killed them right along with Yahweh Shah.
Mm-hmm.
But notice they let them get away. And they wanted Yahweh Shah because Yahweh Shah had that power. But notice, as soon as they got that power, what happened? They had to pretty much flee for their life, man.
Yep.
When you get a level of power, it's a threat, man.
Mhm.
It's a threat to the powers that be, because you could do something that they can't do, and you can convince the people that you are the rightful rulers of the planet and that they are not. So when we get that power to heal, hey, Esau, man, I'm gonna hit you with something, man. Esau, if you even think about talking shit about the medical industry, they'll fucking drop your whole plane, man.
Hey, we see that happening. We see that happening again today, man. With the videos getting taken down, because the same thing that happened is happening now. It's happened already. I think it's in the same book, the Book of Acts, because I think right after they healed that man, they get the apostles. They get taken up, and
Yep.
what the Pharisees say: go out and preach no more in the name of Yahushua.
Yep.
Because that name has power, man. And it is a threat to them. Like the elder
If
was
I
saying.
may add real quick, like the elder was saying, that all these you can just imagine what was happening in Rome at this time. Remember, right before 70 AD, when Nero was emperor, he expelled the Jews out of Rome because from what they say in the secular history, they say that they were causing too much commotion and whatever. The Christians, because they were preaching of Yahushua, but who knows really what the problem was? It probably all the miracles, man.
That's
They're
what
like,
they had to
get
be.
that out of here, man.
It had to be because you got to think, man. One of the biggest threat you could pose is to the medical industry, man. Notice that, man. You got a Dr. Sabi and them type of individuals. They cutting them out, man. You find a cure for AIDS or a cure for cancer or something like that, they'll take your whole plane out, man. They'll shoot your plane out the sky because you're a threat to their enterprise. So when the elect begins to perform miracles of healing and bringing comfort to these people, it's you ain't gonna be able. The medical industry is gonna feel that effect, man. Because people not gonna no longer have to go to therapy, treatment, go get their prescriptions. So it's gonna affect the medical industry, man. And when you affect the medical industry, that's how they keep a lot of these people in that damn spell, man. It's through these medicines. So Esau gonna come down, man. Esau gonna come down with that iron fist. Hey, but they gonna swing that iron fist at a unmovable object, man.
I got a quick precept. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 10. It says, Salaki, I grabbed Salaki, yep, it is this one. All right. Matthew 5 and 10, it says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manners of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Hey, and then they say this. They said the same thing. Yahushua. He said he casting out devils in Beelzebub's name, man.
Yep.
So when we start doing these healings, they're gonna, the Lord's will be those men. They're gonna say, "Oh, look, these guys are doing some kind of witchcraft or something, man. Don't
Yeah,
touch them. Come get them pharmaceuticals."
Yep.
So hey, it's gonna be a blessing to get persecuted for righteousness' sake, because that's a righteous thing to heal somebody in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And people hate you for it, man. Are you crazy?
That's a blessing.
Yeah, exactly, man. Here it is. Like the Lord said, He said, cleanse the lepers, heal the sick, and the brother read earlier that we're gonna do even greater works. The Lord rose people from the dead. The apostles rose people from the dead, man. There might be people dead right now that are gonna get risen up by the hands of a prophet, man.
Absolutely.
Or somebody that die in front of a prophet in front of a crowd, and then a brother just go up, kneel down, and grab him by the hand, and the man just stands back up, man. Bullet, he got lit up by the police 18 times. You know?
Hey, the Lord could put the spirit on the apostle to raise up King Masha.
Yep.
That's gonna hurt America.
Yep.
They'll be hurt then, boy. Our king back.
Gee.
It's a wrap. You know, it's over. So the Lord gonna do some wonderful things, man.
Yeah.
The Lord is gonna do some wonderful things, and Lord willing, we be of that number. We'll be around to witness it, man. You know, and be in the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Shai. You know, but that you know, going back to the initial point of the lesson is, you know, the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai will be glorified with the power of healing, man. That's like the ultimate power, you know. Because when you can heal somebody, that means you have power over serpents, man. You have power over demons. You know, you can cast out demons, evil spirits that you can't even see. That's power, bro. Well, a heavenly entity is obeying you in the carnal realm. That's power, bro. It don't get no more powerful than that. You know, when you think about it. Heavenly entities that's not even visible, that you can't even see, is honoring your request to remove out of this vessel, and he listens to this. Them principalities, bro. That's right. Hey, that's power, man. Now that's what we call power, healing. That's power, man. You know.
I got a quick precept. This is and this is what the Lord Himself said. This is Matthew 10:7. And as you go,
about to get that.
Kind of swear. It says, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give.
That's
and
right.
The Lord said that to His disciples, man. Meaning that, look, you're gonna do this. Yahushua wasn't just saying it to say it. He said, look, this is what you're gonna do. And hey, they did it back then, and we're gonna, in Lord's will, we're gonna do it again.
That's right, brother. That's right. I got one more for you, brothers. This is Luke chapter 10, verse 17. It says, and the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. You know? So hey, man, we cast out them spirits, man. Hey, somebody could have that spirit of schizophrenia, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai command this evil spirit to flee from this vessel. You know, and the spirit leaves, you're then going to understand that you have power over devils in the name of the Lord, all through your belief. That's power, man. That's power. That's you know, that's just, it's really unfathomable. You know, it's unfathomable, and we have access to that power if we remain faithful and diligent in our service, man. You know. So I just wanted to bring that quick precept out. You know, I didn't really have too much more, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty. Say one thing. You know, the Lord, when you know, like you brought out the example, if the apostles was to raise up King Marsha, man, hey, that's the Most High making that checkmate or check. You know, he's checking Esau, and now he's forcing Esau to make the next move that he only got one option. You know, like when you're playing chess, you can force somebody to make a move to set the game up, so it's and then the next move you make is gonna be over. Because what Esau gonna do after that, he gonna have to shut the internet down because he can't let that go out. But then once he does that, then it's over for him, man.
It's over. And King David is a having King David here in this realm is a threat to the world. King David subdued many nations, bro. Under the reign of King David, he killed 22,000 Philistines in one day. They not trying to see how the King David come back in the spirit. They gotta set up a whole nother agenda to come against the Israelites then. You know, and the scriptures say that the Lord is going to raise up King David, our king. We shall seek King David, our king, in the book of I think is either Hosea or Amos. You know, and I remember Apostle Gabar said it on one of the videos around New Year's Eve that the Lord could put the spirit on the apostles to raise up King David in these times. And if that happens, man, that's gonna be a whole different. That's a whole different ball game, man.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. You know, they gotta go back to the drawing board. It's gonna force Esau's hands is gonna be forced.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why it says in the Revelation, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and them in the sea, for the devil's coming down on you, having great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. He's gonna have to pull out all the stops. He's like, you know what? You know, you're gonna have to show his horns. You know, try to get everything in order. He's like, you know what? I got. You know what? He's the devil, and everybody's gonna know that he's the devil at that time. Anybody who was, oh, love everybody. Oh, no, he's gonna show you that he's the devil. And he's going to come down upon the nation of Israel specifically with great wrath. He's going to throw you in them cages. He's going to put you to death, and he's going to try to get everything in order. But it's going to be too late at that time because everybody already seen the miracles, they've seen the healings, and they know that there's something more to this world, to this existence, than Esau and his fucking witchcraft and his trickery. It's something more to this. And they're going to try to give up their life to Yahweh Shai at the last minute, that 11th hour. And it may be still time for it. It may not be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And with if nobody else got nothing else, I'll say a couple closing words. What's it called? Like the brother said that when that happens, Esau gonna have to come upon Israel. Esau gonna have to come upon Israel, and specifically the prophets, man, the members, the brothers out there showing their faith and due diligence, like the second Ezra, what is 16 say about there should be an insurrection of those that fear the Lord, man. You just like in the times past when Yahushua was on the scene, the higher ups, the Romans, the people that were running the show, they were coming after the disciples. They weren't just going, even though they invaded the Jerusalem or whatnot, but they were coming after the men that were following Yahushua, man.
That's right.
The scribes and Pharisees was with the Romans, man. They were just ass kissers for the Romans, man. But hey, they're gonna get it too. But the real fear is the members that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has set up, the men that the Lord has set up on this earth to preach His word.
That's right.
And to do His bidding, man, His will. So you want to say any words, brother?
Yeah, that was that was pretty much all I had. But hey, man, this is a very sobering and powerful lesson, nonetheless, because Yahweh Bashim Shai is about to this truth is about to explode, and I wholeheartedly believe that there's going to be levels of power that the powers that be can't comprehend, and it's going to come through the works of the elect. So we must remain faithful in all that we do. Hey, the brother, one of the younger brothers here in the Atlanta camp just did a video. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I got the notification, and it was entitled "Do more in the truth to get more out of it." And if we want this power to be manifest within us, then we got to figure out how we can give more to this power structure, so that the power of the Lord can actually manifest in our lifetime, and we can witness that power flowing through us, and we'll be able to heal people, to bring comfort, to people, to bring ease to people that's been discomforted for decades, man. All through the spirit of faith in a vessel of the Lord, that entity or that person can be healed. And that's going to turn this world upside down when these things begin to happen, man. So this is something to definitely reflect on as far as a believer, as far as a laborer, and just a servant of Yahweh Bashim Shai. We got to give more to this thing so we can tap into that power and be on the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Shai. So that's all I wanted to say, Aki.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so with that, Lord's will, this video was edifying unto you hopeful elect out there, unto you, your women and children that follow the Lord as well. Like the brother just mentioned, hey, if you got some kind of infirmity and you really believe in this thing, if you have faith, expect to be healed, man, from a prophet. Have that faith, man, and the Lord will come through, man. So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
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 Bahashim,
Bahashem, Yahushua,
Shai,
Bahashem,
Bahashim,
Rakakadash.
Kakadash.
the wonders unto the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutation and much love to you, sincere Akim out there. Shalom.
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 Shalom.